What's up, friends? Welcome back to another summer 2025 photo shoot. So today is Sunday, July 13th. It's about 1:30 p.m. right now. And I don't know if this is going to be episode 6 or just added on to yesterday's field footage with episode 5. I still got to figure that out. So this might be episode 5 or 6, but I'll figure that out later. So yeah, it's 1:30 right now in the afternoon. I think this is honestly one of the earliest times I've gotten out so far this summer. 1:30. It's I'm out near Winona, Minnesota. Gonna do some hiking today. There's a kind of a bike trail / hiking trail going down here, kind of through the bluffs and into like a trailer park area. So I'm just gonna go check this out. I've never been here before, but from kind of what I saw on maps, it looks like it's a pretty cool area, just running through kind of the bluffs. So probably some mostly wooded scenes here. But we'll go check this out right now. There's also a little creek down here and a farm area over there as well. So maybe we could hit that up on the way back as well. And then if I got time, I'm trying to go back out to the Mount La Crosse area, the spot we were at yesterday, doing that bluff side shoot in the evening. I might try and leave here around like 5 and make it over there, but I'm like an hour away from the crib right now, so it's a little bit of a drive. So I'm gonna have to leave around like 5-ish. So might do that later today as well and just kind of perfect that photo from yesterday. So it's kind of the plan. So let's get right after it. It's decently hot, like 80 degrees, but not too bad. Gonna check out this creek quick, right off the bat. Yeah, I've never been out to this area before, so all this is pretty new to me. Oh my gosh. There's a deer down there in the water. You guys probably can't see it that good, but I might try and pop on the zoom lens quick. See if I can't photograph that guy. You know, that's just so crazy to me, dude. So, saw that deer, actually switched on the zoom lens, got a photo of the deer kind of right in the creek there, way down there. But right before I came down here, I switched to my 24mm, switched from my zoom to my fixed lens. And then, what do you know, immediately as I come down here, I see a perfect shot for the zoom lens. So, just goes to show, maybe you should just stick with what is already on the camera, I guess. But that was a pretty cool shot. There was a deer just hanging out in the creek down there. And I don't know, I don't have the tripod, but I think I got it. I don't know. It's pretty cool though. We'll see what is down this trail. Brand new trail. Beautiful day. Not too terribly hot, so that's good. Well, it's been about 10-15 minutes just hiking straight up this bluff here. Haven't really seen much. It's just been the hiking trail. Man, I hope something pops out up here. It looks like we're making our way to the top, so we'll see. So this goes to the top of this bluff. But we're gonna continue on down this trail. And head towards this trailer home down here, or trailer park. Hopefully we'll get some decent shots off down here. Starting to see some houses kind of through these trees here, but I've been hiking for quite some time now, just going down this trail. Basically just looking for any openings here in the forest. But it's been a pretty hike. It's a long trail. Okay, friends, finally got a couple of good shots off here with the zoom lens, so I'll zoom in for you guys. So if you can see that ladder going up to that house, I got a vertical photo right here. Kind of got that vine on the tree in there. Just focusing on that ladder through all the brush. Yeah, got some nice sun hitting this tree, so it's pretty nice. And then also got this shot here of that truck way down there. This is a nice landscape. It's all the trees in the foreground, nice shadows included there. There's an American flag right there. I tried to capture a shot with that waving as well with the wind. Yeah, just focusing on that truck right there. So some pretty good shots here. A couple good ones. Yeah, these were the shots I was looking for on this little hike. Stuff like this, looking through the woods. Took landscape and a portrait style here, this one. But got some nice sunlight hitting the tree here. And the trailer home down there. Just looking through everything. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Getting swarmed with bugs right now. I'm glad I wore this hoodie. Alright guys, quick little update here. I think I'm getting close to the turning around point. It's about 3:10 right now. And I think the end of the trail is coming up here. I don't know if I'll even walk the whole thing. Just because I'm already pretty happy with those shots we just got back there, looking at those homes, kind of through the woods and stuff. Those are pretty cool. Those are honestly like the shots that I was pretty much looking to get. And yeah, they turned out pretty good. So 3:10 right now. If I want to hit up Mount La Crosse Road by tonight, I'm gonna have to time this out accordingly, so I can't just stay out here you know, for the next like hour or two. I'm gonna have to start heading back here pretty soon. So, but with those shots we just got, I'm pretty satisfied with this shoot, just on those few shots. All right, friends, there is the end of the trail right down there. So it wasn't too far down from where I was already at, but yeah, the trailer park kind of goes back through there. But I got the camera packed away, everything in the backpack. It's about 3:15, and I don't really think I'm gonna be taking any shots here on the way back. I think I'm gonna truck it, haul it on the way back up here. It's a pretty long walk, hike. I didn't honestly think this trail was that long, but it's about 1.5 miles. And without stopping on the way back, it shouldn't take as long to get back. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. Kind of just gonna make my way back to the truck here. Made it back. Whew, it was a long hike back. All right, friends, we are back in the truck now, back in the AC. Oof, it is hot and sticky out there, man. But that was a fun little hike. Wasn't like too exciting, but still fun to explore a new kind of hiking trail. And I'm not out in Winona, Minnesota too much, but it's about 45 minutes from La Crosse, so it's a little bit of a drive. But overall, pretty good little hike there. Pretty long trail, to be honest. But yeah, those few shots that we got along the side of the trail, looking through the woods at some homes, those are pretty good. Definitely, those were kind of basically the shots I was looking for on this little hike here. And then yeah, so it's about 3:45 right now. I'm gonna drive up the road here, and there should be a farm shot, maybe two, up this road here. It's just kind of looking back at the farm, and then the bluff's kind of behind it. But we're in pretty much late afternoon, so still pretty harsh light right now, but I don't really care. I'm still gonna try and get these shots off. And then I think we should have enough time to hit up the location we were at yesterday for that bluff shot, and we can try and perfect that tonight. So that's kind of the plan. Let's head up the road a little bit, and we'll get this farm photoed, or we'll get the farm shot off here right up the road. Here's the farm. Beautiful landscape. probably going to back up even more for this shot, drive up the road a little bit more, but I want to get like all the bluffs in the shot here, all the buildings down there. So working with this shot here, and then got another shot of this farm. Let me go kind of to where I took it here. Got it right about in here. But this is a portrait style vertical shot. Looking down at the barn here. So we got all the corn in the foreground. And then, yeah, just portrait style right in here. Focusing on the barn. This photo looks pretty cool because of all the corn in the foreground. It's just this huge field of corn here. Looks pretty good on the camera. Classic Midwest. Corn is getting pretty tall. They say knee-high by July, and it's definitely over my knees. It's probably up to my waist, if not more. Yeah, this is a really pretty area. But like I said, I think I'm just gonna drive up the road here just a little bit more so I can back up farther for this farm shot. Looking this way, kind of get that perfected. But those are the last two shots for this location that I'm working with, so pretty cool ender for sure. What's up, friends? Welcome back to the crib for the photo review of summer 2025 episode 6 there out in Winona, Minnesota. We checked out a brand new hiking trail that I had never been to before. And yeah, actually got out there pretty early. That was pretty much the earliest start of a photo shoot I've had like all summer. Got out there like between 1 and 2 in the afternoon. Yeah, usually I've been pushing things off till later in the evening, more recently and throughout the whole summer. But on that day, wanted to get out there relatively early just so I could have enough time to like drive back in case I wanted to go back out in the evening to that road in kind of looking down at the bluffs in episode 5, but did not actually end up doing that. We didn't go back out after this shoot just because I was pretty exhausted. It was definitely a pretty long day, long hike out there. But the shots that we did come away with, I was actually pretty happy with, and those were pretty much the shots that I was really planning to get and kind of looking for throughout the photo shoot there. I knew we'd kind of just be walking down a pretty wooded trail for the most part throughout most of that. And but I did see on the map that we had that trailer park area, so that presented some pretty cool shots just looking through the woods and everything like that. But yeah, totally new spot. It was definitely fun checking out that area. It's definitely a very bluffy area. Like there's tons of little hiking trails all kind of around that general region. So definitely tons of opportunities for photos and whatnot, but it's just a bit of a drive to go over there, so I don't go over there too much. But I was happy to check out this little spot over in Winona for that kind of mid-July photo shoot. So it's pretty much the intro on this. We'll just hop onto the screen now and start reviewing. We don't have a whole lot to go through here, but I have selected out I've gone through and looked at these so far. I've edited one photo and then selected out kind of the best selection out of this series here. So we'll just start. I will say that this was kind of a bummer for me, unfortunately, but none of these kind of these shots of the deer right at the beginning there, none of them turned out as good as I hoped they would. I just could not get this focus as kind of as locked in as I wanted it or needed it to be. You can see the focus is kind of over here, and it was a little bit, just kind of caught me off guard. I didn't really have time to set up the tripod or anything like that, so I was just kind of holding my camera, just freehand, trying to just lock in on a position to, eliminate any motion blur. But unfortunately, it just didn't really work out and didn't have a whole lot of time because this deer was just getting out of there as soon as I pulled up. So really just a really cool moment for sure, just to see this deer right in the middle of the river. Like, these shots are still good, but just that focus, it's just a little bit too blurry for me. Just could not lock in on that focus. And yeah, if I just would have had time to set up the tripod and everything like that, I probably could have got a good shot off of this scene here, but just did not have enough time, and that guy kind of just bounced right out of there. But still a cool scene to start off the photo shoot right away. I thought that was pretty awesome. But working my way down the trail, so yeah, it took quite a while to get to any of these real photo shots here, but getting down to the trailer home park, saw this really nice shot looking down at this kind of ladder that was kind of leaned up against this house. And then I really like how this tree on the left-hand side is getting lit up by the sunlight there. It just, brings the foreground kind of really into focus and brings your eye kind of through the image from the foreground to the midground to, like what's in focus. So really cool shot there. Just a nice little hole looking through the leaves, and really good focus, crisp focus on this for sure. So that was awesome. Really good shot there. And then pretty much right next to that image, got this shot again, just looking down at this trailer home park and the American flag here. I actually turned my lens to manual focus, which I pretty much never do, but there was just so many branches and leaves and stuff in the foreground that I could not get the autofocus to lock on, so just decided to wing it and try out that manual focus, and was actually able to get pretty crisp image here of this scene. And yeah, it's just a really cool scene, I think. Got nice shadows all around here, and then an old F-150 truck in a nice kind of tan and off-white color. Nice shot there. I like that one a lot. But those two were literally right next to each other. Just kind of came upon this cut in the woods, walking down the trail there, and saw all those. And all these are not edited. These are just the raw images themselves. And let me see here. Did I select one out of these? No, I did not. I need to do that still. Need to look through these still. But I think I'll probably end up doing the portrait or vertical style image out of this batch here from this shot. But just another shot looking through the woods down at this mobile home. Just good light coming through here. Again, kind of nice light hitting this the bark on this tree in the mid-ground as well. That looked pretty cool. I was really just kind of looking for those sunspots and trying to incorporate shadows into the foreground as much as I could. Just again, keeping a nice balance of lights and darks, because obviously this was in the middle of the afternoon, so all the sunlight was very harsh. We had there was no clouds in the sky whatsoever, so I was just really looking for photos that had shadows in them and kind of darks in them to just give that contrast. and that balance and everything like that. We'll roll through these images here. Those were pretty much all the images from the hike, not too many. Just that few I selected out. But I did end up editing this shot of the farm here. So just focused on the silos. I'll show you guys the original. So there was the original and then the edit. Actually a decent amount of manipulation here on the edit. You guys can see just that harsh light. It's kind of just like a flat, almost like a flat image. We do have some nice darks here under the trees and stuff like that, but with Photoshop editing, just kind of really bringing out that contrast and then keeping the highlights bright. But yeah, just focused on the silos and the grain mill here. Good focus. Really nice. Really nice just Midwest scene. I would like to go back to the spot kind of in the evening hours, see what it would look like at that time of day. It'd be pretty cool. So that was the farm shot, and then I need to go through these and select out the best image out of this batch of this other farm over here, but I'll just scroll through them quickly so you guys can kind of see. But nice vertical style. You guys can see all the corn in the foreground, just a sea of corn. And then it is a little bit hazy, if you guys can kind of tell. But we had wildfire smoke coming in. Bit of haze there, just kind of looking around still, just kind of taking in other shots, looking at the bluffs, trying to incorporate those in the background a bit on these. These landscapes actually turned out pretty good, honestly. This is probably another selection for an edit in this batch of photos here. It's just a good, I like those rolling hills there kind of in the background. Leads your eye right to the barn and stuff. But again, pretty harsh light. This was midday, like I've been saying, so yeah, kind of have to pay a little bit more attention in the post edit to really bring out those contrasts and kind of balance it all with those kind of bright highlights. But that is all the photos, guys. Not too many there. I'll show you real quick here some other shots I have edited. So this guy in Trempealeau there, walking along the bike trail, just edited up that shot of the overgrown truck. There's that original kind of image there. And then the edit just really brought out those highlights, kept the shadows nice and dark for that one. I like how that one turned out. And then I don't know if I showed you guys this in the last episode or not, but edited up that other shot from the same photo shoot. I think that was episode 4. Just that backyard scene with all the flowers and stuff like that, looking really good. Here's the original, and then the edit. So, yeah, those were some recent edits that I've been playing with a little bit. Yeah, you guys saw these from the last shoot, so those are in the tank. Got to get to those, but yeah, those were all the photos, guys, from this little outing. We'll hop off the screen there. Yeah, pretty good photo shoot for sure. I know it was a lot of mostly just me kind of hiking and walking through the woods, trying to get to a spot, trying to really find anything out there. That's the thing with like going to anywhere new, or anything like that. Like you really don't know what you can't really plan for much. You don't really know what to expect, but that makes it fun for sure. And yeah, I definitely had to work. I had to work for those shots. Yeah, definitely had to hike around and sweat a lot. I had to put a hoodie on throughout that whole shoot just because the mosquitoes have been pretty bad this summer, to be honest. It's just been really muggy and humid, and mosquitoes love that. So that's why I had a light hoodie on throughout that whole photo shoot just to keep them out of my ears and whatnot. But yeah, I really liked those images, kind of those trailer homes, looking through the woods and everything. Those turned out pretty dang good. I was pretty happy with those. And then the shots of the farms, those were pretty good as well. If I would have had it perfectly, it would have been evening hours, but I was I just kind of wanted to get out there, and like I said, it was a little bit of a drive, so just pushed it a little bit early for this one. But yeah, I need to definitely keep rolling through editing. I just have a ton of photos to get edits done, and I have video to edit. Lots of stuff in the books right now for me to go through. Lots of just office work, studio work for me to get through. But yeah, just want to keep sharing this stuff with you guys and keep you guys up to date with kind of just everything that's going on with these photo shoots. And I'm gonna definitely probably plan to have a decent amount of photos edited from this photo shoot, previous photo shoots, and just kind of any other good ones that I have left from the previous shoots. So hopefully I can show you guys those final edits in, upcoming videos. But so stay tuned for those. And then I actually have prints coming as well, so I'll probably do a video on that. But yeah, I ordered a few prints, so those are coming in the mail, which I'm very excited about. But that'll do it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for sticking with me. As always, stay getting outside, stay taking your photos, going on your runs, doing everything you can, enjoying these last few weeks of summer that we have left. I'm trying to make the most of it for sure, and then fall is on the way. So that'll do it for me, guys. Thanks for sticking with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.